guys? This is the RetroGR Ranting, also known as Twitch, and I'm hoping you guys are doing good. I'm doing okay myself. I think so. I just want to do I don't know how quick this is going to be, but a fun little thing, just out of randomness, I suppose. Usually I kind of do stuff like, every now and then I do something like gaming loot, where I talk about games that I've recently purchased, usually retro games and stuff like that. This is kind of in vein of that, only not, these aren't games that I've recently purchased. This is my Steam games account, I suppose. So yeah. So these are all my Steam games, and it's basically because a lot of people are like, oh dude, you got so many Steam games, oh my god, you know, do you even play them all? And I get that a lot actually, and I think even Mad Dog mentioned it, he's like, how many games do you got, oh my god? And the answer is no, I don't play them all. A lot of it is because of the evil Steam deals that I get roped into, and sometimes I end up buying games I probably shouldn't. But sometimes I get gems where I just end up buying a game that, you know, I don't, you know, it wasn't even on my radar, and I just buy it, and it ends up being great. So I'm going to kind of go through and do a quick overview of all the games I have on Steam, and kind of quick sort of kind of reviews, give you my thoughts on it, if I have any at all, because some of these games I haven't really put a lot of time into. So yeah, without further ado, here we go, with some slight rapid-fire reviews. My Steam games. They're kind of organized, I think. I don't know. So we'll start with, of course, the very top, the favorites. The Just Cause 2, one of the best, in my opinion, sandbox open world games out there. Definitely worth having. I have a lot of fun in it. Ed says that I've played 55 hours worth of this game. I don't believe that. I believe I've played a lot more than it. I don't know. I feel like I've played a lot more than it. I haven't even touched the single player campaign. Once I got through the missions that allowed me to explore the entire world of Just Cause 2, which is huge, I just stopped. I just ignored the actual storyline of the game. I just run around. It's like Michael Bay and Spider-Man and everything else is rolled together. One of the best around. Never, ever going to get you down. Just Cause 2. Another great sandbox game, Saints Row the Third. It says I have more hours in it than I have Just Cause 2. Maybe, I'm not sure. I feel like I put more hours in Just Cause 2, so I don't know. Like I said, I think hours. But I have put a lot of hours in the Saints Row. They're really fun. Definitely not a very PC game. What I mean by PC, I mean politically correct, not PC as personal computer. So definitely worth checking out if you are of mature age. I'm going to say that right now. Because there is a lot of very inappropriate stuff in there. But the only downside about this game, I'd have to say, is the fact that it is, you know, it's not much of a challenge once you level up. Like, you're pretty much invincible once you level your character up. And I guess from what some people say, if you were someone who's played Saints Row 2, you're going to be very disappointed with Saints Row the Third. I've never played any of the other Saints Rows in this one, so I'll just take their word on it. So, yeah, definitely pick up. Terraria, what can I say? It was my 2011 game of the year. I still think it's great, you know, even though it hasn't been updated and the developers have moved on to another series, but it's still worth it. And there's a lot of fan-based stuff out there. There's a lot of fan-based mods and levels, so even though it's not updated that much anymore, there's some fan-based updates and all other good stuff to keep you busy. I say still, give it a shot. It's worth it. It's not very expensive, and I think it's great. Batman Arkham Asylum, what can I say? But Batman Arkham City, that's what I can say. Batman Arkham City, you know, if you liked Arkham Asylum, you're going to love Arkham City. I think it is the quintessential Batman game ever of all time, even with glaring plot holes in it. But it is still one of the best Batman games ever. Grand Theft Auto 3 did for sandbox games what Mario did for platforming games. I mean, I don't think sandbox games would be where they are today if it wasn't for Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto 4, I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. At least the single player aspect of it. If I played more online, I'd probably enjoy it more. But not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite, at least for the single player experience. Vice City was my favorite. It says it's a non-Steam game because I own the game before I owned Steam, but I just have it in there anyway. But I technically own Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and it is my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. Lego Batman 2. So, you know, if you have kids that aren't old enough to enjoy Arkham City, get them Lego Batman 2. It has an open world metropolis. It has tons of other superheroes to play as, and it's Lego. You know, you can't really go wrong with Lego. It's cute. It's adorable. It's Batman. It's Batman. Room Classic, I haven't put too much time into it, but it's very fun. It's a old school, I guess. Yeah, I guess it came out in Windows 95 days, I suppose. But very fun, kind of hack and slash before hack and slash was cool kind of game. Transformers War for Cybertron, I'd probably go on the same record as saying that Transformers War for Cybertron is the quintessential Transformers game. I'd have to say. But I haven't played all the Transformer games that have ever existed, so maybe not, but that's, you know, it's not perfect, you know, through the single player and multiplayer is still fun, and I guess the sequel just came out, which I haven't tried, so maybe that's even better, but it has co-op, it has multiplayer, it's Transformers, and if you're a Transformers fan, you're going to love it. Warhammer 40k Space Marine, I actually did a Let's Play on this at least halfway through the game, and then I kind of gave up on it. I don't know why. I got to go back to it someday. But if you're an action shooting game fan, and you're also a Warhammer fan, you're going to enjoy it. It does kind of feel repetitive at points, but like I said, like halfway through the game, it does kind of mix it up a bit, but you know, if you like Warhammer and you like action games, you're probably going to enjoy this. Awesome Knots just kind of did a mini kind of review on that. Awesome Knots is what the game says. It's awesome. And if you like Dota, if you like LoL, well, you want something that doesn't take itself quite as seriously, and is kind of a 2D action platformer-like, then there you go. Brawl Busters, excellent little free-to-play. I love the zombie mode. I think I gave it kind of a higher rating than I probably should have back at the day, so I'd go as far as saying it's probably about a 7.5 out of 10 instead of, I think I gave it an 8. But like I said, I only play the zombie mode, but zombie mode is fun. Brawl Busters is a fun free-to-play, and it's a free-to-play, so you know, I can't go wrong. Bunch of heroes, haven't put enough time into it. I sort of got it when it was dirt cheap, and I keep meaning to play it. I think I played, like I said, 13 minutes of it. Can't really say much in it. Looks fun. Jamestown, great action, top-down space shooting game, even though it's not in space, has a very interesting story. Kind of has to do with a little bit of history in a way. There's some history mixed in, kind of alternate reality kind of stuff, whatever. But all you need to know is if you like games like the classic 1942 or anything like that, you're going to love this game. It's very fun, very challenging. Kung Fu Strike, I haven't put too much time into that. It's a beat-em-up game, just sort of recently purchased it, but it's a beat-em-up game, so, you know, I do know you're probably going to want a gamepad if you're going to play it, though, but it looks fun, it's fun. I'm not going to even try to slaughter that name again, but a very fun, kind of classic arcade, fast-paced, beat 'em up, shoot 'em up. I can't really say. It's kind of hard to categorize, but it's a very, very, very indie game. Like one person worked on this title, so it's worth picking up just so you can support this guy. Orcs Must Die, kind of a different look at tower defense in a way, and third person. Orcs Must Die 2 just came out. Haven't picked that one up yet, but this one's pretty fun. Put a little time into it. I guess Orcs Must Die 2 has co-op, which was my main complaint about this game, is it didn't have co-op. So I don't know. I say maybe go for Orcs Must Die 2. Maybe, I don't know. Shoot Many Robots did a review on this. Again, I might have reviewed it kind of high. One of the things when I do these reviews sometimes is I make the mistake of doing it when I'm at my video game high, you know, where you're at your peak pinnacle of, oh, I love this game, this is so fun, and then sort of after you kind of cool down a bit and you can look at it for a more objective thing, and it's still a great game, but it's definitely, you know, I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10. Again, kind of like Brawl Busters, I gave it about a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Still a great game, definitely worth playing with friends, and it has kind of a Contra slash Metal Slug feel to it, and again, play with your friends, it's fun. Titan Attacks, if you like anything like Space Invaders, it's kind of a modern take on Space Invaders. Really, really fun. It's kind of one of those games that you just sort of play on your lunch break for a little while. Space Invaders on acid, I guess. Not really on acid. Don't do drugs. Worms Reloaded, I've always loved the Worms series. Turn-based action. It's always just hilarious. I just love just the random events that happen in Worms. Just definitely better as a multiplayer game than single player, in my opinion, but luckily you can play it. So yeah, recommend it highly. Blue Shift, that's a kind of a little mod for Blue Shift. Got Call of Duty, it's Call of Duty. What do you say? Call of Duty. You know, yay. Duke Nukem Forever, not quite as bad as people say, but not as good as it could have been. If you are going to get Duke Nukem Forever, I highly suggest getting the DLC, The Doctor Who Cloned Me, which actually feels a little bit more like Duke Nukem than the actual main game. So I recommend it, with the exception that you get the expansion with it and go into it with an open mind. Half-Life, one of the best first-person shooters ever made. Half-Life 2, one of the best first-person shooters ever made. Expansion Blue Shift, a great expansion to the original Half-Life, and along with Opposing Force, also a great expansion to the original Half-Life. Hard Reset, if you like games like Serious Sam and Painkiller, you're going to love Hard Reset. Gorgeous game, gorgeous game. Repetitive robots in it, I would have to say, but it's very fast-paced shooter. I haven't gotten to play a lot of it recently. I really need to get back to it. Wish there was more I wish there were multiplayer to it. There really isn't. There really isn't multiplayer. It really could need it. But anyway, speaking of Serious Sam 3, great game. Not quite as good as Serious Sam: The Second Encounter, in my opinion. I would recommend if I have to recommend between Serious Sam 3 and Serious Sam: The Second Encounter. But the good news is there is split screen co-op on the same computer with this, which is something I believe every game should have on a PC. So, especially first-person shooters. So, recommend it, but if you're going to be switching between getting Serious Sam 3 or The Second Encounter, go with The Second Encounter. Star Wars Dark Forces, classic Star Wars FPS. Get it. Awesome. Great stuff. Going to do a review someday. Call of Duty multiplayer, well, you know what it is. Counter-Strike Source, as you can see, I have not played much of it. I got it free with Half-Life 2, so can't really tell. I'm sure it's great. That's a mod for Half-Life 2. Haven't even been able to get into a match for some reason. It doesn't work for me, but I heard it's fun. Gotham City Imposters, great if you can get into a match. Matchmaking is horrible in it, but it is really good fun when you can get into a match. I actually enjoy the multiplayer a little bit more than any Call of Duty game. Just putting that out there, but definitely worth the pickup. It's not very expensive, and if you can survive the horrible matchmaking, it is quite fun. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Hey, I've done a series on that. I suck at Left 4 Dead, but even though I suck at it, I enjoy myself the heck out of it. Was that a run-on sentence? I don't even know. Anyway, I think it was a run-on sentence. Definitely play it with some friends, especially, you know, 2, 3, 4 people at a time, whatever. You can play it by yourself, but hey, you know, it's better when you're all sitting around, even in the same room. Bring your computers over to one house and just have a Left 4 Dead night. Great stuff. Tons of mods and extra stuff out there. Nexus, kind of very old school, kind of Unreal Tournament-like game. Definitely if you like faster pace online multiplayer with more bigger guns, bigger explosions. It's part of Steam Workshop now, so there's always going to be new stuff coming out for it. Definitely worth a check out, especially if you like old school Unreal Tournament. Team Fortress 2. What can't you say about Team Fortress 2? Possibly one of the best online multiplayer first-person shooters there is. Dear Esther, not really a game, more of a visual experience in storytelling. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Gary's Mod is Gary's Mod. Indie Game the Movie is a movie, and it's really good. Worth a pickup if you are quite curious how the indie game is made, I suppose, and just how kooky those developers and their indie games are. Initiation Station, blah. Source Filmmaker, I dabbled in it a bit, I guess. I don't know. I still got to figure it out. I want to figure it out. So, you know, I'm gonna have to look up some FAQs and stuff because I actually want to try it. I'm curious. I really am. Bionic Commando Rearm, really fun little game. Haven't got to play as much of it as I'd like to, but it does have co-op on the same computer if you like, which is really cool, and I find it a lot more fun than the original Bionic Commando. So Bionic Commando Rearmed, definitely worth a pickup. Something Capcom did right. Commander Keen, classic, awesome DOS platforming. I think there's control pad support, but you might have to get used to using a keyboard with it. oh well, it's still one of the greats that I think is still, even though people know about it, I still believe it's underrated to this day. So definitely, if you get a chance, it's really cheap. Pick up the Commander King complete pack. Dust Force. I haven't got to play too much of it, but it is fun. It's not really rhythm based, I guess, but it has to do with momentum and action, and it's frustrating but fun all at the same time, I guess you could say. I don't know if I've played enough of it for me to actually recommend it. I'd just say check it out, see what's going on. Where am I? Where am I there? How'd I get up there? Okay, there we go. Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year. Great puzzle game. Really great puzzle game. I'm not very good at it. Haven't got to play a lot of it from time to time, but when I do play it, I do enjoy myself some Plants vs. Zombies. So yeah. Again, I guess I haven't played enough of it to be able to recommend it, but it's Plants vs. Zombies, so friggin' get it if you're a puzzle fan, which I'm not a great big puzzle. Rock of Ages, rage will happen. You have to be in the mood to play this. It's kind of like Super Monkey Ball meets bowling, I guess, and some tower defense thrown in. Get it if you like those kind of things. Be prepared to rage. I don't know. It's hard for me to recommend because I swore at it so much. World of Goo, excellent little game. I think it was the Wii's Game of the Year back when I don't know when that was, like 2009 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But so, hey, it was a Game of the Year for that. Excellent little indie game. Excellent little Breath of Death, fun little classic RPG-like game with very Final Fantasy-esque elements. Cthulhu Saves the World, also very fun. Haven't got to play a lot of it, but from what my cousin says, it is an excellent game. So if you like those retro RPGs, Deus Ex Human Revolution, love the game until you get to the boss, the first boss at least. I got stuck at the boss for a while and I rage quit, and I still need to go back to it. But other than that, it's really, really fun and beautiful game. And my biggest gripe is the boss battles. And I guess this is a big gripe with everyone. The boss battles are horrible from what I hear, and very cheap and not very fair. So, and I haven't played the expansion pack to it yet because I wanted to actually play through this, the first part, before I played the expansion, and I never had. So, when I do Serious Sam, the random encounter, you know, it's kind of a fun little time waster. Let's just say that. That's a fun time waster. It's cheap. Pick it up if it's on a deal. Torchlight. Yeah, it's great. You like Doom? Not Doom. You like Diablo? You like, you know, Titan Quest and games like that? You're gonna like Torchlight. What I'm waiting for is Torchlight 2. It's still not out. At the time of my recording this, it's still not out. I hate it when games are like, when it's done, you know, we want to make sure it's perfect, which I understand completely. I understand when a game wants to be perfect. I really, really do. But please, I've had this pre-ordered for over, where is it? I want to try it. It looks so cool when it has multiplayer. It has multiplayer. Torchlight 1 didn't have multiplayer. Torchlight 2 is going to have multiplayer. It looks pretty sweet. Wanderlust Rebirth. I just recently got it. I haven't got to put a lot into it. I guess from what I hear, it's better in multiplayer, but I haven't played enough of it to recommend it completely. But I can say from what I have played it, it's pretty fun. And each character plays uniquely, so that's cool. Let's go for it. Got this out of a whim. Probably shouldn't have. I don't know. I got it thinking it would remind me a lot of Dungeon Keeper and Dungeon Keeper 2, which are excellent old. I don't know if they were DOS games or not, or Windows 95 games. It might have been, the first one might have been a DOS game, the second one might have been a Windows 95 game. It kind of feels a bit like that. I'd say try and hunt down Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2 first, because kind of made a mistake. So yeah, and hey, look at that, Gary's Mod 13 Beta. I didn't even know that existed. So there we go, that's my DOS games. I have some Z's there. Those are games that I don't play that much. I'm not going to go into them. Maybe some other time I will. But that's kind of the games I have on Steam. Not all of them. I have a couple demos, and like I said, a couple other random ones in that I don't play them anymore category. But yeah, so that was kind of random, kind of fun. Hopefully, if that was entertaining. But hey, leave your comment down below. How many games do you have in Steam? and how many of them do you actually play? Like I said, out of all those games, I probably maybe 20% of them I play on a consistent basis. Let's just say that. So that's kind of bad. You could probably tell by the times I played on some of them. But still, like I said, you know, if do you get sucked into those Steam deals as easily as I do, or do you have more self-control? But anyway, just leave a comment down below. At least tell me if you liked it or not. No, Mike is so happy. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to shut up now. This is going on too long as it is. This is the Retro Gamer Ranting. Till next time, game fans, keep playing, and thanks for watching.